Hey guys, how you going? And welcome back to another Cricket 22 video today. In this video, we will be taking a look at a selection of clips from the FIVE5 game IGN played in today's 50-minute video to see how the gameplay is. So they are doing a mini Ashes FIVE5 game on what looks to be easy mode. Now don't get me wrong, it's awesome to see that we see this gameplay, but I'd probably much prefer if the difficulty wasn't set to easy, purely because let's try to hit a 6 every ball. It's not always a great indication of how the game is. But yeah, anyway, let's just take a look. They also mentioned that this doesn't have the day 1 patch added, so there will be some stuff on here that hopefully will be patched and look better when the game is released on Thursday. Now first up, I'm actually a real fan of the scoreboard overlay. Freshens it up a bit from Cricket 19, and straight away the crowd actually looks pretty poor, I reckon. I know it's like 3D sort of graphics, but just doesn't look that great yet. The 4 and 6 graphics look a lot better, definitely an upgrade over Cricket 19, and the replay actually looked to will follow the ball this time, which wasn't always the case in the previous game. Also straight away we also see the direct hit slow-mo pop up. I don't think they were looking to score a run, but it did look fairly good. Another thing I'm impressed with is the camera, once the ball's been hit, does seem to follow it pretty well, and it has more of a TV style presentation to it. But of course we do see this right here, which is Broad's action, and yeah, I'm hoping for a day 1 patch fix for that one, because I don't think it looks like his at all. Comment if you think I'm wrong, but I don't know, it just doesn't look that flash, as we see him schnick one behind Opakovsky, and he actually looks quite surprised that the ball may have popped up a bit more. It actually looked pretty, like, the reaction from the batsman actually looked pretty cool. Now, since they are playing on easy mode, some of the shots you will see, just like that one, will look a bit off, and that is due to the shot choice and the difficulty. So pretty much if you play a shot on their leg side, and it was a ball outside off, they will play an offside shot like a drive, but the ball will actually go to the leg side because that is what the user inputted. So that's just another thing, trying to cater to the new users of the game who just pick it up and play. I mean, it may look odd, but it's just a way of getting, pretty much trying to get the user into the game. Now, we did see a couple interesting fielding things there, with Hamid doing the long barrier once the ball had stopped. That was one thing we saw in Cricket 19 that probably I was not really a fan of, because it just looked really weird. As we see Hamid here take a grab, very slow-mo sort of stuff. The lads getting around each other. And Stuart Broad pretty happy that he got a little wicket. And saying that though about some of the fielding stuff, we do have a few plays, like it doesn't always happen, but we did see like Bairstow throw off with the left hand. I think Robinson as well, you saw throw with the left hand. They are right-handed, so it didn't really make too much sense. But then you saw other people who got the ball in their right hand, they actually threw it with it, which was not bad. You take that. Here we've got the Australian batting ratings. We'll go through them pretty quickly. As you see, we've got Marnus with 84, Smith 91, Wade 78, Green 78, Carey 76, Cummins and Stark 60, Lyon 55, Hazelwood 57. Of course, we can't see Warner or Pukovsky's rating. We'll also get on to England's when they come out to bat. Steve Smith walk out to the crease, and first ball he's going to get absolutely plumb. He's absolutely plumb there. Stuart Broad just running in the middle of the pitch, giving it big ones. And gone for a golden duck. Now they probably will go up for a challenge just to see how it is. As I said earlier, the graphical overlay looks a lot more cleaner, so that's one thing that they've done fairly well. They've always seemed to step it up after every game, every new cricket game. As we see, we looked at that no ball. That looked very, very close. But I mean, if it was an actual no ball, I think the umpire would have given it a no ball straight away, because it's pretty much just like programmed to be, if it's like a no ball, then it will be like an actual no ball. But we see a couple of the same replays. Don't know why. There's no hotspot. Did have Ejo though, but I'm not sure why we're seeing pretty much the same replay for the LBW 3 times in a row with no hotspot either. Don't really know why, but yeah, he's absolutely plumb, hitting leg stump there. Original decision was out, pitched in line. It will continue on the trajectory to hit leg stump, and Smithers is gone for a golden duck, the new vice captain, of course. And yeah, this gameplay was done after the Tim Payne news, because we do see in a couple minutes time when Australia are fielding, that Cummins actually like points around, which is usually what the captain always does. We also see here Foxy Rover getting amongst the action for the replays, which is something that we didn't see in Cricket 19, and actually looks really good. That catch there from Butler, it looked like it bounced just before we caught it. It actually looked like it dribbled to him. But we will see on the replay that it actually carried through to Butler. And that's another wicket. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know why the keeper was up that close anyway. Usually be a bit further back, wouldn't you? Surely. This time round, a nice little shot onto the leg side. And we see another super slow-mo with the fielding. Now, I'm not sure what actually triggers this, because we are seeing it sometimes when they don't actually go for a run. So I'm not sure if you can turn it off or not. As we see here, end of the innings, the lad's walking off, and we see a couple of highlights here that we usually see in Cricket 19, but this is just a small selection of what we'll see. The rover as well, which looks really good, I reckon. Doesn't look too bad. Coming up right now. Kowski playing a lovely drive on the rover. Doesn't look too bad. As Burns and Hamid are walking out to the crease now. As you know, Burns and Warner with the DSC bats, they are now licensed in the game. We see Hazelwood bowling and getting pumped first ball. Now, one thing that I was quite annoyed at was that they only used 2 bowlers per innings. So in the English, when the English bowled, they had Anderson and Broad, and now for Australia, they're only going to be bowling Hazelwood and Stark, not even Cummins, who is of course the captain. So I found that a bit odd. I'm not sure if it was they weren't allowed to. I would have liked to see some spin at least. Bit of Nathan Lyon, as we see that one, bit of invisible force field action going on there. But of course, I mean, this is without the day one patch. Hopefully this sort of stuff will get fixed. I mean, the crowd looks not great. Mitch Stark bowling, I mean, that action looks fantastic. It's up there with Jimmy Anderson as probably one of the better bowling actions that have been licensed in the game. We see here the fielder running for some reason. I don't know if it's manual fielding, but it looked a bit lethargic. Not too sure why. But yeah, this Stark action I'm actually a real fan of. It looks quite nice. I wonder what it will look like with a right-hander. But we did see Hazelwood. He's bowling with Catherine Brunt's action, which does look a bit interesting. As we see Warner throw down the stumps there. A lovely drive here from Hamid. That's one thing that they've done right. The actual following of the ball for the camera is improved a lot, I reckon. And the replays, while not perfect, they're still improved. As we see a wicket here. Paddy Cummins, a diving catch, picked it up late. But diving catches, are they actually going to be in the game? We didn't get a whole lot of them in Cricket 19. So I'm hoping that we see them this time round. Another thing that I have found during this gameplay was the batsman actually, I mean, in the nets in Cricket 19, you've got a real limited space to walk around the crease. And on here, I'm not sure if they'll fix it or if it's like going to be in the patch, but it does look like that they can move a lot. But anyway, this is the actual player ratings for, the batting ratings for England. We've got Milan 81, Root the best at 88, Stokes 85, Bairstow 76, Butler 75, Woke 69, Robinson 58, and Broad 58, Anderson 53. Now this is only the batting ratings, of course. We did see the Australian one, and of course Steve Smith is the best batsman. I think he was 91. I think Marnus was 88, so Root is on par with Joe. Marnus is the same as Joe Root, I should say. Let me know your thoughts if that is correct or not. I'm pretty keen on doing a full ratings video just to see the actual ratings of all the licensed players, but I'll do that when the game is actually released. So we see them select Stokes. Of course, Gunnar Moore now licensed in the game as well, compared to Cricket 19 when it wasn't. First ball dispatches it down the ground for a 6, full toss there. I only made this around 8 to 9 minutes just because, in case you guys didn't want to see a full 40-minute video of this highlight of this gameplay, I tried to select a couple interesting ones, like that shot there, the evasive leave. Actually looks pretty good. But yeah, that is going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. If you're feeling up to it, leave a comment down below about what you thought of this gameplay video. But yeah, until then, take it easy.